The dimension of anti-rationality. Anastasia, can it be that modern mankind actually does live in the dimension of anti-rationality that the dark-haired youth mentioned? And what exactly is anti-rationality? How can we see this in real life? Thought or information appears, and we need to assess its reality only through ourselves. But how can we assess it? By what means? If a person is living in the anti-rational dimension, then he will think in categories of anti-rationality. Yes, that is so, but rationality all the same remains within a person, although in a significantly smaller degree. And if you mentally appeal to it, it is activated, and then you can use it to help you identify anti-rational manifestations. For now, we will speak no more on this topic, Vladimir. For now, go take a stroll here around the glade, around the taiga, and reflect a bit. Here in this spot, rationality and anti-rationality are in balance. But in you, they are not, and for that reason, help your rationality out, activate it from time to time. How do I activate it? Just mentally say within you, rationality, or better yet, rationality. I was left alone and tried to reflect from a position of rationality, and these are the conclusions I began to draw. The artificial world. Today's community of people lives in an artificial world, not a natural one. It created and slavishly serves it. We have created an artificial world and live artificial lives within it. The real natural world is to be found along the side of the asphalt roadways, along which modern mankind is rushing headlong towards an abyss. Artificial concepts have been implanted into the collective consciousness of modern people. Our scientists and educated researchers have, in their great wisdom, started to call modern medicine, which has existed only 200 years, traditional, while calling folk medicine, whose history is calculated in the hundreds of thousands of years, non-traditional. At the same time as they've begun referring to healers, and here I'm talking about real healers, who are well versed in the properties of medicinal plants, as charlatans. The result is that modern man ends up having to treat many diseases, ones that people just 100 years ago easily cured themselves of, at no cost, using herbs from their very own garden, using expensive pharmaceuticals on the advice of their doctor. Perhaps there should be two paths in medicine. We need to teach folk medicine in school and train specialists in medical schools. 80% of ailments can be cured using folk medicine, and this will significantly lower the burden on today's medical facilities, which will make it possible to substantially improve the quality of medical service. But to do this, we have to think in categories of rationality. Artificial plumbing systems. Mankind has buried millions of kilometers of metal pipes that they call plumbing systems in the ground. Colossal effort has been expended to manufacture these pipes and lay them in trenches. They require continual servicing and major overhauls, which come at the cost of people's hard labor. Meanwhile, the water that comes out of the faucets in our apartments ends up being unfit to drink. And besides that, we have a natural plumbing system in the natural world, by which I mean not just rivers, but groundwater aquifers as well. Living, healing water capable of filling millions of wells flow through the earth's veins there. The natural plumbing system requires no repairs, but what's more, it's capable of purifying polluted surface water and of saturating a vital product with minerals and other necessary substances. But the city person's modern way of life has deprived him of the opportunity to utilize the natural plumbing system that was designed and constructed by the Creator. The question arises, did man choose this way of life on his own or under the influence of certain forces? In order to answer this question, let's take a look at one more case. We'd be hard-pressed to call it anything other than the mental illness of society. What steps must the average family in Europe, America, or Russia take in order to acquire their own apartment or home? The money to build a home. At that time,